This Shabbat has a very special name. It's called Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of Song. So called because we read the Shabbat, the song of the Jewish people as they walked through the sea. They had been trapped between the sea and the Egyptian army that was pursuing them. Miraculously, the waters opened up. They walked through on dry land. And as soon as they'd passed through the sea, the waters came crushing down on the enemy that was pursuing them. It was the end of the Egyptian army. It was the next major stage of our freedom and emancipation, liberation from Egypt. And it is noted that we sang, because singing means that we acknowledge the presence of Hashem in our lives. We recognize when something important has happened in our lives. We are filled with joy and with gratitude. And all of those are very important qualities in all of us. And the commentaries point out that the word used to describe the song is Yashir Moshe. Moshe not only sang, but will sing, because it implies a responsibility and the need for all of us to not only acknowledge, important as it is, the great events that are presently transpiring in our lives, the reasons that we have to be thankful, but to look forward with positivity, to always look ahead and to say, L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim. A Jew always has the perspective of hope and looking forward with the recognition that God will redeem and will take care of us in the future as well. Tragically, as the events unfolded in the desert then, just after the crossing of the sea, we are told that the Jewish people arrived at a town called Marah, which means bitterness. And the verse describes the reason why the town was called bitterness. Because they came to a place, V'lo yachlu lishtot mayim ki marim heim, they couldn't drink the waters because they were bitter. And therefore they named that town, that region, bitterness, because of the bitter waters. But the Baal Shem Tov so beautifully explains that this verse needs to be understood on a deeper level. They came to a place, V'lo yachlu lishtot mayim, and they couldn't drink the waters because they were bitter. The Baal Shem Tov explains they couldn't drink the waters because they were bitter, because they themselves were filled with negativity and bitterness. They projected their negative attitude on everything around them. So the waters became bitter, and before you knew it, the town became known as bitterness. And the Baal Shem Tov speaks about the fact that our attitude can often set the tone for how we encounter the world around us. And when we look with negative eyes and we look with bitterness, we impose that sense of bitterness on everything around us, on the people around us, on our environment. We project it on everything, and everything becomes bitter. We've told the story many times of the guy who went to a doctor and he said, I don't know what's wrong, but wherever I touch, it hurts. When I touch my head, it's painful. When I touch my neck, it's painful. When I touch my chest, it's painful. When I touch my leg, it's painful. Wherever I touch, it's painful. And the doctor said to him, your problem is you have a broken finger. Wherever you touch is painful, not because the limb that you're touching is problematic, but the way you're touching and with what you're touching needs to be addressed. So often we look at the world with dark glasses, and we can't understand why the world is in darkness. We spend our lives trying to clean up everything around us. What really needs to be addressed is the way we are viewing it, and the way we are looking at it, and how we are encountering the world around us. And when we address that, when we lift our spirits, when we become individuals who look with positive eyes, we project differently, and the world becomes a better and happier place. So the challenge on Shabbos Shira, on this Shabbat of Song, is to take the message of song and to say, let's stop and count the blessings that we can count in our lives. Every single one of us has reason to acknowledge and to be grateful to Hashem. But more than just looking at our present condition and our present blessings that we can count, let's look forward with an attitude that looks for blessing, that looks to find the blessing in everything. Let's look forward with optimism and happiness, even when things around us don't look so well and things look gloomy. Let us at least ensure that we are not the cause of the gloom that is so pervasive, because we look with bad eyes and everything appears bad. Let us look with positive eyes and see the joy that we can find. Have a beautiful Shabbos.